Hi, I'm Benjamin Schramm. I'm from Bellbrook, Ohio. I came down to Norfolk, Virginia for wrestling and schooling at Old Dominion University. And I'm just trying to get my exercise science major. And this is my presentation. The lessons that I've taken away from this class, I've taken away the SMART goals and GROW model. Both models are very unique, and I really like them. I mean, you can set very specific goals, and you can make sure that you're taking these goals seriously and making sure they're actually doable. Not only that, but you can set time limits. You can really figure out, what you really want to do with your goal, and that's very specific, and you really need that. I like these models a lot. I think they help a lot. I mean, you can use them on yourself, on different people. Just depends on how you want to use them. My favorite thing I'm taking away from this class is dream barriers. Not the actual dream barrier itself, but like how to get away from dream barriers, like how to face your fears and help that. I think i in my life at least, I have problems with dream barriers and fears. I just don't know how to cope with them, or I just wait until I actually need to cope with them, and then it's too late and I'm just on the spot trying to figure them out and deal with it. So, learning different ways to get rid of my fears and being able to, try and get rid of those and, work with them. I mean, obviously it'll be easier now that I have these dream goals and barriers to get rid of. Like I have these ways to get rid of them, but it's still going to be hard. It's still going to be a challenge, even though because they're my fears. I mean, that's something you should be afraid of doing, and it's uncomfortable. But they'll become more comfortable and become a norm for me, hopefully. And that's my favorite one I'm taking away from the class. And finally, the step back. Just like step back, from your perspective. I mean, if it's not only for you but for other people, just take a step back, take a breath, look from the outside perspective, somebody else's perspective. Be like, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong here? What am I doing wrong? What is he doing wrong? He, she, what are they doing wrong? Or what are they doing right? And by that, what are they doing right? So when they do things right, they can try and translate it over to the things they're doing wrong and try and mimic how they're doing things right in certain situations. Um, Mentoring. My mentoring was probably the most fun I've had. I really enjoyed the mentorship that I had. I did my mentoring at the YMCA, but they call it the Y on Granby Street. There's two things I did. It was before school on Thursdays, and then I did actual volunteering at the Y on Granby, where I hung out either in iZone or Stay and Play. iZone is where like the big kids play with video games and stuff, and then Stay and Play is like the little kids where you have to watch them and make sure they're doing the correct things so they're not fighting or whatever. Um, Pivotal moments, I would say for me that I remember. Obviously, the first day of both places, I mean, I was extremely like scared and nervous. Like I was just both places. Like the first time I did it, I went to the before school at this elementary school, and I was just extremely nervous, extremely scared. Like I just felt like I was like these were other people's kids, like, and I didn't want to like mess this up. I was just very nervous. I mean, once I got in there, like it was super calm, super chill. Like I just, everybody loved me there. The kids loved having me. The people, it was really nice. And then the Y on Granby. My first day, I was in iZone, and it's like where games and stuff are played with like older kids, and all I had to do was just sit there and watch. I mean, there's like 20, 30 of the kids, so it was a little chaotic, but I just had to make sure they were doing what they needed to do, no fighting, just watch them and make sure they were staying in the room. It wasn't too hard, but that was the first day anyways. But my favorite for before school, my favorite time was it's not even a time, it's just with this little kid, like for some reason his name was Frank, and he just like he latched on to me, and he just he just was like thought I was the coolest person ever. He really looked up to me. He looked up to everything I do, and he would tell me like, "Oh, I want to go to ODU. I want to do this. I want to do that." And every Thursday, except for like 1 or 2 Thursdays, we would play chess, and he loved playing chess, and he would love to try and beat me and like try that. I'm not very good at chess, so like we were just kind of playing like on his rules, which I don't think were correct, but that's besides the point. But this kid was great. Like it was almost like he just didn't want me to leave ever. So I felt like that was a really pivotal moment in my mentorship. Like I really enjoyed Frank. I mean, I was obviously hanging out with all the other kids too, playing with them. They were all hanging out around us. I was doing like five things at once basically sometimes, like just to appease all these kids, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing with them. The other before school time was without Frank, which I really enjoyed this one because it's we were playing Connect Four. Well, I wasn't playing Connect Four at the beginning, but I was watching him play Connect Four, and this little kid was beating all these kids, and he asked me to play, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you." I beat him in a couple moves, you know. I really beat him pretty bad, and then all these kids were shocked and wanted to play me, and by the end of it, they wanted to I like they just kept wanting to play, and by the end of it I decided to teach them how I was beating them, and by the end like they were all beating everyone, like each other they were beating me. It was a really cool experience helping them out. And then finally the Y and Granby. This wasn't a great experience, but like it still was a good experience. um it uh it's 4 hours, so like it was a long time, and I was in the stay and play with the little 4 year olds, and I had like 24 year olds I had to deal with, and like it was fun. They were cute, they were fun to talk to and play with, and it was just really adorable. But after 4 hours I was exhausted, just mentally exhausted. I had to go home and just nap the rest of the day away. Like I'll always remember how exhausting it can be, I guess. As a mentor, what I learned is I love kids, and I love volunteering. I mean, I've always known I've loved kids. I've never known I would like volunteering, but I actually do like it. It's very fun, and maybe I'm gonna center my life around kids someday. I don't know. I also love helping other people. Helping other people is great. Like I've always known I've liked making people smile and happy. So like helping others has always brought me great joy. And then finally, learning. I mean, these are little kids I'm dealing with, but I can still learn a lot from them, just their experiences and what they've been through and how they've been through it. So I can just learn little things from them. Nothing crazy, but you never know. You gotta learn. You can learn something new every day. Um, the coaching skills that I acquired or got better at, I would say. I wouldn't say I acquired them. I would say I got more better at them. Um, I would say connecting with others. I feel like when I first came to college, I was very like shy and awkward. I mean, I feel like every time I meet someone new, I'm very shy and very awkward, and it takes a long time for me to warm up and get used to them. Once I get used to you, like I'm very talkative and it's super cool. But I think now I connect with others a lot better. I'm not as awkward. I feel like I also have helped myself dissecting problems, asking the right questions, figuring out what's wrong, guiding people through things. I feel like I've gotten better at that. Controlling chaos. Um, I mean, when you're dealing with little kids, like elementary kids and 4 year olds, like you got to know how to control chaos because they get in fights and everything. So I've gotten better at that, trying to diffuse situations, and then helping. I mean, I love helping others. I love making them smile. Like I feel like that's I did more of that, and I think I still need to do more of that in my life, and I want to for sure. um, my dream. So my dream is to become a NCAA Division 1 national champion in wrestling. I mean, that's why I came down here. That's why I came 9 hours from Ohio to come down here and wrestle and do that. I think this is the place where I have best fit to win a national title. Um, my problem is I have lost 2 years because of my shoulders. I've blown out both of my shoulders, and I'm currently rehabbing one of my shoulders right now. But the good thing is, April 22nd, I will be able to get on the wrestling mat again and start drilling and doing stuff. So I can cross. I mean, I'm still going to be healing. I won't be able to go full go, so I still have to keep working on rehabbing my shoulder. But I can start working on technique, so I can move into like maybe per se the second phase of my dream, acquiring my dream over the next 3 years. So it should be continue lifting, getting stronger, uh, keep working on technique and getting better technique and rehab to get more healthy. And then I'm gonna be down here all summer working out. I have classes I have to take, so I'll have plenty of time to get my technique in before the season. And then once the season rolls around August is our preseason. I'll just get my endurance and conditioning up. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this process of getting the dream, and it's very complex. So I kind of dulled it down to the minimum, just kind of minimum things. But if I really wanted to go in detail, we would be here all day. But that's just what I kind of have to get better at and what I have to do to acquire my goal over the next 3 years. And I'm not saying I can do it next year or the year after that, but I think I can do it within the time period I have. And I just have to keep doing the right things. So hopefully that will work out for me in my dream. And I really enjoyed this class. This class was great. I think this is one of my more favorite classes I've ever taken so far, at least. I mean, I still got a lot more school to do, but this is definitely up there in the top 5 right now. I just would like to thank you for that, and this was my presentation.